Today in Going Places, those summer road trips are the quintessential family vacation. But before you head out on the highway, you want to find the best deals, right? And Travelzoo's senior editor, Gabe Saglie, has some tips for summer savings on the road. And Gabe, before we get to all the deals, you have some great tips for traveling on the road to get the most out of your journey as well. What do you got?
Yeah, make the best out of the time you've got, and of course to try to save some money along the way. Number one is planning. You know, I've always been a fly by the seat of my pants kind of a guy. I wasn't into planning until I took my first cross-country trip with a 1-year-old and a dog. So plan ahead. That means, you know, you want to really route your trip and even look at alternate routes because of, you know, long construction projects or weather issues. Obviously, look at weather outlook on a daily basis as you're on the road because that might actually tweak your itinerary a little bit. And build in extra time because of the delays, because of that unexpected side trip that looks really good all of a sudden when you're on the road. Give yourself some cushion. You don't want to rush your way through the trip because it's not just about the destination, as you know, it's also about the journey. Absolutely.
All right, now let's talk about some of those drivable deals you have for us. First up, Philadelphia, which isn't too far away from Rhode Island, so what do you have there?
Yeah, I'll be about 275 miles away is what I'm thinking, about a 5 or 6 hour drive. I've done this drive, you know, obviously during the summer months. It's a great time to check out some of the jewels up and down the East Coast. And so if you do a 5 or 6 hour drive like this, I'd suggest building at least one stop in there, maybe in upstate New York or in Westchester County. And you know, do a little bit of lunch, do a little bit of sightseeing, and that really stretches out your day a little bit. But then by the time you get to Philadelphia, great deals to be had, particularly during the weekdays. There's a place called the Radisson Plaza Warwick Hotel, historic, upscale, beautiful property, $125 a night with free valet parking. So if you're doing a road trip, not having to pay for parking is certainly a nice treat.
All right, another great deal you have for us is in D.C. That's really a great place to visit, especially for people with families. So what kind of deals have you found there?
Well, certainly, you know, keep in mind that much of what you get to do in D.C. is paid by our tax dollars, so by the time you get to go to the 19 Smithsonian Museums and all those landmarks, they are free. And of course, as Congress goes on vacation over the summer months, we see great availability in D.C. hotels. The Ritz-Carlton there in Pentagon City, which is about a 10-minute underground ride into downtown D.C., $169 a night. That's 50% off to stay at one of the more luxurious properties there in D.C. You're looking at about a 400-mile drive down to D.C., so you might consider maybe 2 stops along the way or maybe an overnight stop on the way, maybe stopping by the Big Apple before you get down there just to sort of give yourself a little bit of extra breathing room.
All right. Now, next up, Niagara Falls. It used to be a popular honeymoon spot, and it's still a place on many people's must-see lists, right?
Certainly, a lot of people's bucket list, and of course the summer months are the best time of the year to go. If you some of the better deals happening on the other side of the border, by the way. So if you look at the Ontario side of Niagara Falls, bring your passport with you. Or now they're issuing these passport cards, which make the drive kind of the size of a driver's license, makes the drive across the border just a lot more time efficient. But you want to, again, I'd build in at least a day here, do a couple of stops before you get to Niagara Falls. It's about a 465-mile drive, but you can find some great deals right on the falls. The Marriott Niagara Falls Hotel, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump from the falls, $140 a night over the summer months with breakfast and dining credits and casino credits as well. So some nice deals to be had, again, especially on the Canada side of the border this year.
Yeah. All right. Well, great deals as always, Gabe, and happy traveling to you. For a link to these deals from Travelzoo, thank you. Head to foxprovidence.com.